YouTube, it's Jen, and I'm here for my week 7 update. So let's start with the numbers. Started this journey in December of 2012 at 262 pounds, got the lap band, lost about 90 pounds, slowly gained about 30 pounds back and got it removed in August of 2018. Had to wait 3 months to get sleeved, got sleeved December 18th at 209 point something. And then last week I was 190.8, and this week, week 7, I'm 191.8. Yeah, for a 1 pound gain. I'm not gonna let it get to me because I know that I ate a whole bunch of salty food the day before. I tried some jerky. So I had some jerky and I had something else that was super salty. And I was like, okay, so, the next day I get on the scale and it's mostly gone. So, it's frustrating to see a gain at week 7. But my desires on this journey is to have more of the hunger under control. And it's not so much about the number anymore. I mean, I wanted to get back below 200 and I'd still like to get down lower, but I would rather have less hunger, like most people talk about with the sleeve. So I've been a little frustrated about the hunger situation. I've tried all sorts of everything. I've tried jerky, I've tried steak, I've tried chicken, I'm trying everything. And I just feel like it's not how other people described. So I got an upper GI today. This time, unlike the last time I had an upper GI, I wasn't really able to see a lot of the pictures. So I couldn't see how big my little stomach is. I asked the radiologist, I'm like, compared to other sleeve stomachs, does mine look bigger or smaller? And he wouldn't. He was very much backpedaling and saying well, I see a lot of them right after surgery, so they're smaller because it's post-op and they're swollen. And I'm thinking, give me something here. He's like, just ask your doctor. And I'm thinking, well, if it's bigger than it should be, and the doctor did it, why would the doctor be like, yep, messed that one up? So I have the films. I am going to get in with another bariatric doctor. I just want a second opinion. And it may just be that my sleeve is a little bigger than normal, and so trying to rely on 4 ounces isn't going to work for me. Maybe I need to rely on, 7 or 8 ounces. I don't know, but 4 ounces is not what other people are saying. I know I'm not trying to be full. I was very successful with the lap band. I lost 90 pounds, and I did that by knowing how to stop when I was satisfied. Not full, but satisfied. And the 4 ounces of food, no matter what kind of texture I'm having, is not giving me any kind of satisfied feeling. And so I'm eating every hour and a half. And I don't want to spend my life eating. I really want to not be thinking about eating. And I will say that yesterday I went out to lunch with a friend. She picked the place. She picked First Watch, and it's a chain, you may know. It's a breakfasty brunch place. I don't eat eggs. So all the breakfast was not an option because I don't eat eggs and I'm not going to be eating pancakes or waffles or whatever. And normally my go-to at a lunch place would be a cheeseburger, like a hamburger patty, but they don't have actual meat burgers. They have turkey burgers and veggie burgers. So I got a turkey sandwich, and I don't want to hear from the bread haters, oh my God, you're on week 7 and you're eating bread. It is not something that I do all the time, but I'm not going to not see a friend and be the difficult person that so I had half of a sandwich, half of a turkey sandwich, and it was bigger than 4 ounces. It was just on plain sourdough bread. I mean, it was the half was this big, and I ate it, and I was not hungry for 7 hours. It was fantastic. It was nice to spend the entire day after lunch being when can I eat again? When can I eat again? It was fantastic. Now, I brought the other half of the sandwich home. Brad ended up eating it, but we weighed that half of the sandwich, and it was that half was 8 ounces. So I may have eaten 8 ounces. I don't know. That's the first time that I went over the weigh out 4 ounces and only eat 4 ounces, because I don't want to just assume my sleeve is larger than it is. But, you know, I was hungry, and I ate until I was satisfied, and to go 7 hours and not think about food was fantastic. So it may just be that I have a little bit bigger of a sleeve, and, you know, I need to be going like to 6 or 7 ounces. I don't know. I'm not suggesting that I'm going to eat half sandwiches all the time. Like, bread is not part of my, is not going to be a normal part of my diet. I don't want to do bread, pasta, and rice. But there will be occasions where it is what it is, and you have a little bit, and, you know, it's life. But it was nice to not have hunger for the rest of the day. Oh my God. So that was that. Today I started back at weightlifting. My trainer took it super easy on me. Like, I was only squatting and deadlifting 85 pounds. Like, that's nothing for me. So we're working more on higher reps, lower weights. I mean, especially since I haven't worked out with him for like 2 months. Not 2 months. Yes, 2 months. Sorry. Having a little conversation in my head with myself. I haven't worked out with him since mid-December. So, yeah, 2 months. So we're going in slowly. The other thing that I was struggling with was being so exhausted during my kickboxing classes, because I teach the class, so I can't be exhausted. I have to still not only do everything, I still have to physically talk everybody through it. So I've noticed that a normal class has 10 tracks or 10 songs, and I'm noticing by the 7th song, I'm like about to die. So I went and made an appointment with a nutritionist, and we talked about it. And because, obviously, not yesterday with the sandwich, but normally I'm super low carb, and she's like, well, you might not have enough might not have enough carbs to sustain the high intensity workout that I'm doing. And so she's like, you know, an option would be to get like a Gatorade or something to drink either right beforehand or like during the workout to give you that instant sugar and that instant bit of energy. And, you know, number 1, I don't drink my calories. Number 2, I love water. I don't like Gatorade. I don't want to be drinking anything but water when I'm dying in the middle of an exercise class, but I'm going to try what she said. And I tried it. And the first time I tried it, like, I felt great. And I only had like 8 ounces of Powerade. Like, I'm not even having a full serving. I think a full serving is 12 ounces and it's 80 calories. So I'm not like drinking my calories, but I'm just trying to get that right, you know, halfway through class, have a few sips of it. I had like maybe 4 ounces ahead of right before class and 4 ounces like during class. And I really had the energy to keep going. So while I'm trying to eat low carb, when I'm doing that very high intensity kickboxing class that I do like 5 times a week, I think I'm going to allow myself that 8 ounces of Powerade to get me through the workouts. Now, I did the weightlifting today, and, you know, it was the first day back, so he was being nicer to me, and so I didn't need any Powerade. But if we're doing like a really long WOD workout, I may use the Powerade again. But again, I'm only going to do 8 ounces, so that's 2/3 of a serving. But, you know, it was nice to have the energy to sustain me for the whole hour of class. So I think that's about it. I've been posting on Instagram. I'm not a beef jerky person, but I'm realizing I'm going to have to like find different things of different textures to try to eat. And so my husband and I went to Publix and we bought some jerkies, and we found a really good one. I posted on Instagram. And for those of you that have been watching me since my lap band journey, you know that I have a love affair with protein bars. And I found a really good one that I've been using. I think the brand is Choco Right. It's yellow cake. So it's basically the consistency of a Quest bar, but it's just a different flavor. And so I've been having that for breakfast because, again, I don't eat eggs, and I just don't want to be like eating oatmeal because it'll just slide right through. So I've been using that for breakfast, and it's like 20 grams of protein and like 20 fiber. So, and I need the fiber because, as many of you know, we have some issues with staying regular since all we're eating is protein. So I've been trying to like really mix things up and, you know, listen to my body. And that's the other thing, is that I spent so much time in therapy talking about intuitive eating and listening to your body. And that's why the 4 ounces for me is not intuitive eating, because my body is saying, we're still hungry at 4 ounces. And I'm like struggling with, you know, do I go straight and narrow, I can only have 4 hours, or 4 ounces, or do I try to listen to my body, because 4 ounces isn't going to work forever. And I don't want to be so hungry that I spin out of control. So I'm trying, you know, I'm going to be trying and playing with the 4 ounces versus 6 ounces or something. I'm going to just try to listen to my body a little more. And so we will see where that goes. The meeting with another doctor just to have him look at the size of my sleeve. I have an appointment for the end of March. Yeah, that's the first appointment I could get into. So I have the upper GI films. I just want somebody to look at it and say, you know, nope, you're crazy. You have a perfectly small sleeve and you're just feel different. Or I want somebody to say, yeah, it's a little bit larger, and that's why you can eat more than 4 ounces, so you don't have to feel like a failure for being hungry, because I'm really like getting on myself because I can't just eat the 4 ounces. So, or I'm eating 4 ounces and I'm eating every hour and a half. So that is where I'm at. And so that's it. If you have any questions, leave them below. Also, for any of you that make videos, if I'm not subscribed to you, will you please tell me below, because I'm really getting back into watching people. I found a bunch of sleevers that are like right around my time frame. And so if there's somebody that I need to know about that I don't know about, please let me know, because I just think that it's so important to get the support and to get the knowledge. And, you know, I know that in the beginning, like with the lap band, my life really was so centered on the weight loss surgery and focused on it. And I think that when you're focused, you really do better. And so I'm really, you know, I want to use the resources I have, and I want to watch other people and get inspiration from them. So there you have it. Sorry this is long. Hope you all are big losers. Kick some fat's asses. I love your faces. And please, I hope I come next week with a loss, because I have learned no high sodium foods on Monday nights for my Tuesday weigh-in. So have a great day, and I will talk to you next week. Bye, YouTube.